What's going on, YouTube? Ferocity here. Hope you guys are doing well. There is a massive problem within the Call of Duty community right now, and it all stems from Activision's inaction to solve and mitigate the cheater epidemic that has been ravaging both Warzone and Call of Duty's multiplayer for years now. As consequences for cheating in Warzone are extremely minimal. All you have to do is make a brand new account and go buy your cheats again from the same supplier that supplied them to you the first time, and you're back to square one. With multiplayer, cheating's a little bit less prevalent than in Warzone because you actually had to physically re-buy the game. But now, with Call of Duty moving on to Game Pass, this problem is going to just exponentially increase because that barrier to entry has been lowered greatly. So players are just going to go make a brand new Microsoft account, get Game Pass, be able to get Call of Duty, and then repurchase those cheats once again. But we know all this, right? We know that this is exactly the problem within Call of Duty right now. We know that this is how cheaters are operating, and we know the problem is going to get worse with Black Ops 6. So what is it that is causing such a ruckus within this community right now? Well, it's the fact that the community is turning on its content creators and streamers. Instead of pointing any criticism at Activision for the cheater epidemic and what it's done to Call of Duty players, they are instead now turning to content creators and celebrating their false bans. Them getting banned for cheating, or just flat out lying and creating false narratives that players cheat when they don't. It's like looking at my gameplay and thinking that for 1 second I would cheat. Trust me, this is how bad I always am, and I'm okay with it. But that's maybe because I've been able to develop a personality outside of how I perform in a video game. So I'm okay with it. But nonetheless, this isn't about me. It is about how this community has completely ignored the real culprits here. This is a symptom of a greater issue, which all goes back to Activision. If Activision had a competent anti-cheat, if Activision was proactive instead of reactive, this wouldn't be the issue. You wouldn't have a community turning on its content creators. But that's not the world we live in. What's happened now is there's been this cult of community members that just attack streamers. Optic Hitch highlighted this in this tweet. The community that thinks every streamer cheats on Warzone is concerning actually. Almost cultish. Hard to believe some of them are adults. And Jack Courage replied with this, man, don't even get me started, actual drones. While some of this issue falls on the commenters as they are just parroting what they've heard or what the narrative is right now, it's also on Activision. Make a better anti-cheat system. Like, all of this doesn't occur if they go after cheat providers. But they don't. They'd far rather flex their legal might against fans who want to recreate their legacy, pay homage to what Call of Duty used to be. Heaven forbid those people just develop cheats. That's what they should have done. The people that created H2M, the people that created SM2. Yeah, you should have just developed cheats. You would have made a lot more money, and Call of Duty wouldn't have shut you down. And this is the other issue. It feels as if Call of Duty's complicit in all of it. I know that they're not, but there is that little piece of me that's like, it is Activision. They are extremely greedy. It wouldn't be surprising if they were in some way, somehow benefiting monetarily from cheaters being in the game. But in reality, they don't care about these cheat providers because it's bringing players into the game, and those players that normally pay for cheats are paying for other cosmetics, so Call of Duty's getting all that sweet, sweet revenue. So they can't implement something like what Valorant's done because that would severely affect their bottom line. And it would severely affect their investor calls when they had to talk about why their player base dropped by 10 to 15%. If not more, if they actually implemented a real anti-cheat system. But don't worry, they won't do anything like that because they continue to skirt criticism, and this community that continues to blindly follow Activision will just do all their bidding for them. Because any time that Call of Duty releases their accolades for Ricochet's anti-cheat system, you have so many people championing that Activision is doing the right thing with Ricochet. Oh, we banned 70,000 cheaters. Cool. That is a number that tells me absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. And what, I'm supposed to pat you on the back for that? Like, no. I want to know what you're doing to stop 70,000 more cheaters from getting into the game. But they can't do that. They can't figure out how to do that. So they release these empty accolade posts and let their mindless drones eat it all up. Seriously. I would love it if Call of Duty players started to come together and realize the real boogeyman, the real problem, is Activision, is Microsoft. It's not your favorite content creator. It's not somebody that is pointing out the harsh truths and realities of this franchise. That's not the situation we're in. It's shocking to me that so many people would rather turn on a content creator because that content creator might be better than them. Oh no, heavens me, someone being better than you at something. How can you cope? Well, clearly you can't, because you have to go onto Twitter, onto Reddit, onto wherever, and call them cheaters. Go onto their streams. What kind of person does that? A person that blindly follows Activision. That's who. Who lines up to buy the newest skin even though their entire experience is being completely ruined by packet bursts and SBMM. Or they're probably cheaters themselves. Like, let's be honest here. Most of the time, every accusation is an admission of guilt. Like, hey, you're a cheater, but it's actually me that's the cheater. I've been hiding behind the persona of Snake12745 Mega all this time. And nonetheless, the real problem that I have out of all this is that there are legitimate players that will never see themselves at the top of a leaderboard, even though they're extremely talented players. They'll never get there because they have integrity. They won't stoop down to levels of cheating. And they'll never, ever, ever achieve Call of Duty's greatest heights because the cheaters have ruined it for everybody else. And Call of Duty just sits there, twiddles their fingers, counts their money, and laughs maniacally. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it for this community. I'm sick of it for its creators. I'm sick of it for everybody and the precedent that it sets within this industry. It's disgusting and it's sickening. This community should not be infighting and attacking one another falsely. We should be going after Activision, who is the real boogeyman here, who is the real problem maker here. But it's clear a lot of you would like Activision to have its cake and eat it too, because you don't criticize them and you continuously reward them for their lack of value they provide you as a player. So now I'm going to pass this question off to you. What do you think the number one issue is right now in Call of Duty? Is it cheaters? Is it SBMM? Is it connection, servers, whatever it might be? Let me know in the comment down below, or just let me know how you feel about this video and this topic. I'd love to hear those thoughts down below in the comment section. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, can you please hit that like button? If you want to see more videos from me, can you please hit that subscribe button? I'll see you guys next time. Bye.